What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to be kicking off the Week 15 recap of the Thursday night football game. Obviously, we're looking at the special edition Saturday night game, which is going to be between the New York Jets and the Dallas Cowboys. Pretty much, we know the Jets need to probably win out with the next two games to even be able to do anything. Well, don't they have 3 games left? Yeah, I guess I know they have to have 16. You have the 1 week bye, so I guess it's 3 games because they only have 13 and 8 and 5. So pretty much, we know the Dallas Cowboys are over. So we'll talk about that later after Saturday. Right now, we're starting off with Thursday, December 17th, 2015. It's not really, you know what's crazy about this? This is the battle between 2 bum coaches that, in my opinion, haven't done anything to write home about since they've been in the league. Lovie Smith going to 1 Super Bowl, Jeff Fisher obviously going to 1 Super Bowl where he came up a yard short with the Titans. I don't know exactly what was going through my mind. All I know is that I had to drink heavily to watch this game. It was nothing else. They have stars. You know, Gurley, I think Gurley's going to be a star in this league. He had some really good outbursts. He went over 1,000 yards yesterday. Why wouldn't he against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Tavon Austin is a real player in this league. I just wish he was on a different team. Jameis Crablegs Winston, he has a lot of potential to do some things in this league. He just looks like a real fat munchkin when he walks around. I don't know if his uniform is just really, really tight, if his padding is not right, but he just looks real stupid when he's out there. He doesn't, like Cam Newton is a big guy, but Cam Newton looks good, you know what I'm saying, like a decent dude in his uniform. You know, he just looks like a real, like a fat kid that's going through like a phase in middle school, Jameis Winston, in his uniform, and it really pisses me off. But that's besides the point. Bottom line is the Rams came out, first half beating the hell out of the Buccaneers. Obviously, they made a push later on in the game. Let me not forget to mention Mike Evans, who I think is going to be a real star in this league as well. The bottom line is it's pretty much coaching when you look at games like this, and when you have 2 bum coaches, you don't know which way to go. I don't know if I picked the Rams. I don't know if I picked the Bucs last week. Because the Rams would be home. It's just a game that we have to be able to swallow, to just deal with because it's on the schedule. The bottom line situation though is their uniforms are on point. I love that really colorful red and the colorful gold. It's always something that the NFL uses to drag you into it, and those colors were really nice yesterday. But that's pretty much my whole excitement from watching the game. Other than that, unless you had them on your fantasy team, like, who cares? If you had Tavon also on your fantasy team, you're good to go. You know what I'm saying? He broke out. He was very, very dominant. The Buccaneers really could have used this win more than the Rams, obviously, but when it's time for the Bucs to step up, they won't, based on their coach. So I don't really think that they're the team to be to be rooting for in Florida. Like I said before, I think it's the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think that they have a much better system around them. I think that they have much more upside to them right now, because even though Blake Bortles will run across the line of scrimmage and throw the ball to a cheerleader and not give a F and get illegal forward passes all game and not realize where he is, I just think it's a lot more potential overall. I don't like Jameis Winston being coached by Lovie Smith. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think that he's the right guy to be the coach of Jameis Winston this young in his career. I don't think Jeff Fisher should be a coach in this league as a head coach. Neither one of them should be head coaches. They should probably just be janitors. I don't care if you pay them the same salary, like I said before. I don't ever want to affect anyone's money, but I don't think that they do enough for the fan base or for the team. They're both ridiculous coaches that, they just walk around looking really, like, I just had enough of it. But getting back to the gameplay, obviously Todd Gurley started off the game very, very solid. They went to him like, the whole freaking first drive. They finished it off with Tavon Austin. Tavon Austin then went on to just do whatever he wanted. Nobody's playing D. He's so small, and a lot of guys don't realize that. A lot of these NFL players are really big dudes. Like the linemen are like 6'5", 6'9". Like, guys are mad big. And you have a little guy that they have to get down for. And it's very, very difficult to find a guy like a Darren Sproles and Tavon Austin, Dre Archer when he was in the league. They're so small, so they see everything differently, so much lower to the ground. And then you got to think about it. The bigger guys can't hit them up high. They got to go low with the new rules because of concussions. It's very, very difficult. So, Tavon Austin has a lot of upside in this league. I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to do the things he's doing with, Jeff Fisher as head coach, because the morale of the team, I just can't imagine seeing his face every day. Jeff Fisher's face is enough to not, to have him removed from the team. Same thing with Lovie Smith. So, it is what it is. The game was very, very I don't want to say boring because I don't know if it's fair to the fan base, but in my opinion, you know, you're looking at both these teams. You're like, why is this game on? You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, can't they put another game on? Can they switch the schedules based on, you know, have a flex schedule based on the way the records are going so the games mean something? Because, you know, technically it could have meant something for the Bucs, but then you look at Lovie Smith's face and you're like, is it worth it? Like, you know, should I be doing this right now? Like, you really, you contemplate your life when you have to watch a Lovie Smith coached game. So, at least in my opinion, that's what I do. I had to really think about it, then I hit the bottle. You know what I'm saying, bro? Had to get some alcohol in my system to just not know what was going on and just see enough to be able to, you know, give you guys some commentary about it. But pretty much, like I said, the stars of the game, Tavon Austin, in my opinion, was like probably the #1 dude out there. You know, Mike Evans made some catches that, because of what illegal formation, things like that, it wasn't catches or whatever. But he did have some spectacular catches. That dude has a lot of upside in this game. I wish him nothing but the best. I just hope, you know, I don't want to hope for it, but Lovie Smith and Jeff Fisher just shouldn't be coaching as head coaches next year. You know, regardless of what happens, they should be let go and, you know, give somebody else, give some new blood some opportunities to do something, because they've shown over time. It's not like I'm asking immediately for their fire. They're firing upon arrival. You know, Jeff Fisher's been there, what, 4 years? The Bucs with Lovie Smith. I know Lovie Smith has been there probably like 2. He's young in his coaching career with the Buccaneers, but we've seen what he can do. You know, we've seen what these guys can do. They need to step away from the game, possibly go do, you know, some porn in California or something. Just get out of the football game is what my recommendation is. But kudos to anybody that had Tavon Austin on their fantasy team. He was on my waiver wire. I didn't pick him up because I didn't think he would be able to do too much, you know. I didn't know, you know, looking at their quarterback and the whole situation, I just didn't think that it was a smart idea. So kudos to the guys that, you know, that made some money with them. And you know, Jameis Winston, he got to do something about that uniform. Like, bro, that uniform just looks really, really tight, and I don't think it's fair to your ball sack. Other than that, you guys can join me as we go through the rest of these games. Possibly the Saturday recap would be done on Monday along with the Sunday games. I'm not sure about that yet. If it'll be a separate, you know, podcast, aka recap, but definitely join me. All my picks for this week is in my Monday night recap for week 14. If you want to see what my picks were for 15, and I just want to thank you guys for continuously supporting and watching the videos, downloading the podcast, and listening on the go. As you guys know, it's available on Android and iTunes, GmiasWorld Podcast, and I really appreciate you guys stopping by. Until next time, one love.